Now, you're probably wondering, what is a Braam? Well, it's a sound that has become popular by Hans Zimmer's music production techniques. He's a master on creating epic, big sounding compositions. And I think it was during the Inception movie that he used these super low horn sections and low strings that were accompanied by big hits. And that sort of created this Braam sound with these long, sustained, punchy instruments. And then also on the Inception trailer, it incorporated similar techniques. And since then, the sound has just been appearing in hundreds of trailers and also across into films, TV series, and video games. Now, let's get into the sound. It's a phonetic sounding word, so the sound sounds exactly like it said. Braam. That's sort of a rough sort of just example of it, but let's really get into how to make the sound with the instruments in this project. So I'm going to fiddle and see if I can create this technique for you and just show you how it's done. So in the arrangement, there's the main motif that's been building up over here. And after that, let's create some Braam hits. First off, I want to start off with the horns. Now, these are a key components in Brahms. So Brahms are huge brass instruments combined with percussive hits. There are some other sounds in the equation, but those are the two key components. And the other component is also to have these sounds juxtaposed against some silence. So I'm going to have these horns. Let's start off with the two horns. So I'm going to have those long sustained notes together with some silence that's just going to create some impact. And I want these horns to be quite a huge section. So I have this 12 horn section patch over here. Just really huge. If you don't have a big ensemble, what you can do is just duplicate maybe some of your other brass ensembles to create this huge horn section. Now, to simplify the process, I want to record to the horns and the trombones. I'm going to record all these tracks so that I can have this. Just an absolute huge horn section. So let's record in these sustained notes. I'm going to start from here and just have the click enabled. That's sounding pretty good. Let's just go in and check the MIDI. So I've got the horns here, and they are going to come in slightly early. So let's just check that. I'm just going to quantize them. Some of the sections are just a bit late there. These over here. And I just want to pull everything just slightly ahead of the beats. Maybe just in there a bit. And just, I want to check what I've got is I'm holding down the sustain for all these parts. And then these are going to be playing the short notes. So the sustain patch drops out. And then it comes back in again with the sustain for the long notes. Sounding pretty good. And instead of having these alias shortcuts, I just want to copy these parts down and just pull them in Just rename them. Perfect. So if we just go back here. Awesome. That's sounding good. Whoops, I didn't need the trumpets. I'm just going to remove that, sorry. So it's those sections. And just unrecord on these tracks. Cool. So that's covering the brass bits of the Brahms. Now let's take a look at how to add the epic percussion to this. So for this damage ensemble, let's record this bit in. Cool. And just pull these parts in slightly. They can be slightly ahead. But I do like to have some slight inaccuracies with the timings. Then on to the wood percussion. Just go in and check those notes as well. This can come in slightly. Awesome. And for the timps, these are just going to be playing octaves. Let's record that in. Awesome, and just check those midis as well. Maybe I'll quantize these and then just reduce the strength. And let's add in some snare hits on that as well. That's sounding really big now. Just quantize those. Cool, so if we take a listen back to this. That's sounding pretty good. Now just to add some extra tension, let's add in some riser sounds as well. And this is going to be just when this impacts over here at bar 28. So let's record some of these in. Just going to jump back and record from here. That kicked in slightly a bit earlier than I thought, so let's actually just jump back and I'll record it from here. I misjudged that. That actually needs to go back a bar and just check the timing. So that goes here. And then just extend that out. Just so that that last note really plays out. And I'll copy this down to the low riser hit as well. Now that is how to create some Brahms with some brass and some percussion and risers. Now that's just covering the initial round of the Braam. Now in the next video, let's check how to enhance this more by complementing it with some strings and adding in some choirs.